Well, it says we're live. Live. Little jazz, just a little jazz for this evening. A happy, a super duper happy. I know it's Monday. Hope all is well and swell and totally hip and groovy in your neck of the woods. Just chillaxing. It's been a long day today. Brother Mark, good evening. Hope all is well and swell and totally hip and groovy in your neck of the woods. I tried to check my messenger, my Facebook messenger. Is that what you're talking about? Something is going on with my application, or it's my phone. It's not letting me open it. I don't know what's up, man. I don't know. I gotta buy a new phone. I guess I gotta do that this weekend. Dang it. But yeah, it's acting really janky. Nez, good evening. Hope you got your bowling gear going. It's a bowling evening. It's a bowling Monday. It's a bowling type of day. A happy Monday. It's a Monday, I know it. Good evening, Papa Jack Sparrow. Hope all is well and swell and totally hip and groovy. With you, Jack Sparrow, the Papa Jack Sparrow. Fart on and a fart on. I apologize. I got that cough going on this evening. You know, a little bit of coughing and all that jazz. Speaking of jazz, we're listening to a little jazz this evening. That was Ain't No Sunshine When She's Gone. Yes. So yeah, just hanging out. It's a Monday. Monday. I'll be chilling here on my friend Kevin's property for the next week because I'm property sitting. I mean, I always stay here, but I'm house sitting. I'm not staying in the house. I'm staying in my bus, of course. But I'm watching the property and feeding their animals is what I'm doing. My friend Kevin and his family are hanging out in the nation's capital, the next week or so over there in Washington, D.C. So I'd like to wish them safe travels and all that groovy jazz, man. We can listen to some jazz here and not get in trouble by the old YouTube and the YouTube bots, the music bots that don't like us to play their other music and stuff like that. You know, I appreciate you guys hanging out in the VW bus this evening, Brother Mark. Nez. So this weekend, I'll have nothing to do but do stuff like send stuff in the mail, get all weird, watch the weird colors go down the road. But yeah, I don't have nothing planned because I have to watch the property, all that jazz, so... That's cool, man. I didn't get to see, I was not around. I missed a lot of stuff. See, yeah, home is where you park it, right? That's what it's about. Or home is where your bus is. I guess for the nomad. You know, the vehicle, or aka the rubber tramp, home is definitely where you park it. So yeah, just chilling tonight. I don't think I've done an evening live stream in a few days. I think I missed doing a live stream all day yesterday. I think. No, we drank some coffee, I think. We did drink some coffee yesterday morning. So yeah, I think we drank coffee. No, we did not drink coffee yesterday morning. No, we did not. I just realized that, so. We didn't hang out yesterday. I didn't do anything yesterday. Fartest do, man. Fartest do. You know, there's just something about coming home to my VW bus. Like, of course, I drove the old Ford pickup truck today. It's not an old Ford truck. It's a 2012. I just call it the old Ford pickup. But I'll be commuting and back and forth to work this next week in the old Ford pickup. Because, like I said, I'm house sitting and watching the animals and all that groovy jazz. But there's just something that feels good about coming to my VW bus. You know, I guess it's basically the only thing I really have in this world, you know, physical. This is my VW bus. You know, one time I had Mr. Ranger Dog, but I don't have nobody. You know, I don't have Mr. Ranger Dog. I don't have, I only get to see my mom once in a while, but that's my mom. So the only thing that's really, really, I guess you could say my security blanket's my bus, man. There's a little song called I Can't Make You Love Me. A little jazz this evening, a little jazz, jazz, jazz. Grouchy? Who's? I didn't notice you being grouchy, Nez. That's all right. It's all right. Everybody gets tired and grouchy every once in a while. You know? Even me, I get tired and grouchy. I got a lot of sleep this weekend, though, because Saturday, I know we drank coffee on Saturday because we was at the truck stop, all of us. But yeah, Saturday, I slept into like almost like 8:15, 8 o'clock in the morning. Same thing on Sunday. Like, I got my rest back. I worked my butt off moving stuff to that new store, so I was tired. Yeah, it's a groovy little jam. Yes. The Windmills of Your Mind. I was trying to think of the name of it, Nez, because it's just music I can play here on the YouTube and now you get in trouble. You gotta go? All right. Thanks for hanging out, Jack. Mr. Puppet Jack Sparrow. You're so man. I appreciate you hanging out. You have a most groovy evening, my friend. And Stoner! Good evening, Stoner. Stoner. Fire it up, Stoner. Light it up, roll it up, smoke it up. Inhale, exhale. Stoner. Good evening. Movie Mania Nick. Good evening. Hope all is a well and a swell and a totally hip and groovy with you two wonderful, wonderful dudes. See, I'm just hanging out. Like I was explaining, there's just, I love my bus because that's all I have, really. I mean, really, that's the closest thing I have in my life, and it's not a living. I mean, to me, it's living. It's don't living, breathing. It don't breathe, but it'll breathe fuel. But my bus, I don't know. And maybe that's the thing that worries me a little bit. Is I have become way too attached to living in this thing that I don't really want to get out of the life of living in a van. The simple life of living in a van. Because maybe, just maybe, if I just chill, someday some groovy lady might want to try out the van life as well. That'd be a whole new experience, but man, if life didn't happen, weird stuff didn't happen, I was really wanting to go this spring to Florida, Nick. I mean, the chances are still good. But now, the way it looks like, I'm going to be dabbling into something totally new coming up in my life. And so I don't know when I'll make it down to Florida, man. I should have jumped on the Florida bandwagon in February when the darn tickets were cheap. So I don't know. It's, Brother Nick, honestly, in my life, because, I am truly nomadic and I'm very a nomad type of person. It's so hard for me to plan my everyday future. I just take every day as it comes, man. Like, I know for a lot of folks that's not the best of routine or best of thing because you always got to think about the future. But the future is the future, man. And now is now. And that's all we're guaranteed. So, I don't know. My life's different. I live in a VW bus. A little jammy. Got some tunes going on. That's what I'm talking about, Nez. That's what I'm talking about. Like now, this past weekend when I was doing my laundry yesterday because I stopped into the Rule 66 laundromat, got myself a torta and a couple tacos while I was doing my laundry. It was a groovy day, just a groovy day. But I got a nice phone call from a friend of mine in Southern California who is the tournament director of a big disc golf tournament in Southern California. And he personally is a friend of mine, but he personally called me to invite me to this year's tournament because I've missed the tournament. I haven't been since 2016. Feel free to go back and check out some of those videos from the tournament. Feel free. I was there. Check it out. 2016. Anywho, that was the last time I was there. So if I was going to plan something, be like put it in stone, that's probably something I would have to definitely do. Because I would love to go and play in the Coyote. It's called the Coyote Classic. It's a good time, my friends. And see, that would be something I would like to take a few extra days to get there so I can practice the course, because playing disc golfing up there where this tournament's at, the conditions are completely different than I'm used to. Now, keep in mind, I used to play this course every day because that was my home course. So I'd have to quickly relearn it and all that jazz. Yeah, my friend Wally. Yeah, Wally. You know Wally? He's the tournament director there in Southern California for the Coyote Classic. And he's gonna be putting on this tournament and maybe one other next year for 2020, and that's it. He's gonna pass the torch to somebody else. And he said that to me. It's like, because he knows I've used to put on tournaments. He's watched the tournaments I put on there in Southern California. He's watched me do it, and so that's something I'm just not interested in. But he just is like, I'm thinking about passing the torch. So I'm like, and he said somebody who he's thinking about passing it to, but he just had to mention that to me because he knows I can put on tournaments. I know how to do it. But I was just like, thank you, man. Like, I will pass that stuff to the left-hand side, That's some jammy stuff, man. We just jamming in the VW bus. It's a Monday. Monday in the old VW bus. These live streams are pretty fun, aren't they, Stoner? I dig them. I dig them a lot. But you know what? I'm starting to miss the snippets, the little snippets, sending those snippets out to you guys every day. You know, little snippets of my life. You know, I miss doing that because I think I'm going to get back into that routine. It really wasn't a routine. It was just a part of my life. But my life got all weird, man. And so, obviously, when my life got weird, I had to do some changes. You know, not about this, not about YouTube, but, and like I said, I can't do YouTube if I don't feel positive, you know? Stoner, man. I don't think I have seen a live stream yet, Nez, that I didn't like, man. Seriously. Everybody's got their own uniqueness. That's what I like about YouTube. Everybody's inspired by this and by that and by this person and that person. But in the end, we all have our own unique groove, man. But you know what? Back to being living in the VW bus. Home. My home is where I park it. My home is where my bus is. I love my little home. And that's why I need to start shifting gears into preparing this VW bus for a big road trip, you know? One of the biggest road trips of its life. My life coming up, you know, within the next year. And I really want to do that, you know, like that's what I want to gear towards, you know. And I'd have to make the choice, you know, I could do like half the traveling, you know, by hauling my VW bus behind on a trailer. And wherever I go, I can, you know, drive it. Or I can drive it to my destinations, you know. But it's all about, I'm going to have to fit it into my work schedule. My work schedule. So speaking of work, you know, I'm going to talk some serious smackdown right now. Some serious smackdown. So I had to renew my health benefits today. It's called benefit elections and all that jazz. And now I'm going to sign up for my 401k. Imagine that stuff, friends. Yours truly going to have a 401k? I am truly getting old, man. Oh my gosh. Or am I just like part of the establishment, man? I don't know. I know, man. I am a crackpot. Yeah, you know. Ow! I live in a VW bus. What do you expect? I don't live in just a van, man. It's not just a van, man. It's a VW bus, yo. A little jam cone. I know I'm not the only one. Just a little jammy jam, you know. So it feels good to be chilling in the VW bus, as always. I mean, I love my little home. Nez, I would do that for you when I start my tie dyeing up, because that's another thing I'm going to be doing. I have to order the chemicals, but I got to figure out how I'm going to go about doing it here inside my VW bus. Yeah, it's some super chill stuff, Stoner. And that's the only thing. I mean, I could play some other stuff, man, but I always get smacked around by YouTube. This stuff here, they're not going to smack me around. Seems like the Westphalia Chronicles lately has been ticking off YouTube by certain things. They're like, whoa, what's up with the Westphalia Chronicles, man? I'm like, y'all just chill. I do what I do, and that's all I can do. Oh yeah, man, there's all kinds of stuff. So yeah, like I said, I gotta start doing some stuff like with the tie-dye. But yes, Nez, to answer your question, you send me a pillowcase. The higher percentage cotton. If it's 100% cotton, that's ideal. But the more percentage cotton, the better it turns out. It's hard to tie-dye polyester. It can happen, but it's not going to be as bright. Eagle Eye. Good evening. I hope all is well and totally hip and groovy in your neck of the woods. Welcome to the OVW bus this evening. It's a chill evening. It's a chillax evening. A song called Let It Be. Just let it be. Yeah, mellow night in the VW bus. It's Monday. You got to be mellow on mellow Monday. You know, it's just a mellow Monday. But all right, that is good news, Eagle Eye. Good, good, good. That is swell, well, and groovy. So it's a groovy night in the old VW bus. You know, I watch a lot of these folks that are becoming up and becoming here on YouTube with their van life, and it's pretty cool. One of the people I've been following for a few years have just switched to the YouTube community, and it's amazing. It's just absolutely amazing because they're exploding, and but they've been digital nomads, and that's what these two people are. Is digital nomads living in a '78 VW bus for a cool minute now. And I think a lot of them either kind of eventually come across the idea of, is this going to last forever? And even I think of those thoughts, you know, as like, how long am I going to live in this VW bus? And I love it. I can't tell you how long. Because only the VW bus knows, man. Well, I highly suggest it, Stoner. I'm an advocate of the sport. I haven't got to play in almost 2 weeks, over 2 weeks now. So, yeah. Little Buddha. This is what's up. Oh yeah, there's quite a few. The only reason I hit Roosevelt Park was it was the closest. There's a lot better ones. I think there's one like way out in the desert on the east side of Albuquerque, and I know there's another one down Interstate 5 going south. That's it's supposed to be like the best one around. But I didn't want to hit none of those because I was trucking down Route 66, you know. So Roosevelt Park's right off of Route 66, so that's what I hit. Even though it was like super gang infested park with all kinds of drugs and stuff like that. I mean, I seen some crazy stuff playing that disc golf when I was there, but it was all, you know, I just played. It's a chill park, you know. You just kind of keep to yourself, you know. I'm sure if you're going there with bad attitude, you get problems, but you know, we're riots there in the '70s, huh? Jeez. but it's a good course. I had so much fun. I mean, it's on my vidges. Go check it out. I played it. It's on like I don't know. It's go use your Columbo like skills, like Adam the Roo likes to say. Interesting stuff, man. Interesting stuff. Totally chill, huh, man? There's some groovy tunes, man. Groovy. So I certainly hope everybody had a most excellent St. Patrick's Day. It was all fun and swell, well, and groovy. It was a swell, well, and groovy day for me. I just chilled. Like I said, I just did my laundry and then grabbed me some tacos and a torta. And mowed the grass here on my buddy's property that I'm staying at. Yeah, it's some jazz. It's just some jazz in the old VW bus this evening. Just some a little bit lit up jazz, but some jazz. That's good, Ness. I'm glad you had a good weekend. Oh yeah, they're always short. I helped my friend Kevin on Saturday do a little bit of stuff on a project of his on a job site. Made a little cash, and then Sunday just did my stuff, and that was it. Just went by fast. I didn't play no disc golf, which my arm is still kind of sore because I didn't know if I damaged the muscle here a few weeks ago or I just strained the muscle. Probably just strained the muscle, but it's getting better. But living in this old VW bus has taught me many, many things. It has. And the best thing about living in this VW bus way out here in the country is, everything's turning to springtime now. And since I'm way out here in the country, I can have my door open in the springtime here, and I can change my clothes. Nobody can see me, and nobody, because it's countryside. I mean, it don't matter. I can run around. I can run around the VW bus butt naked if I want. Outside, inside, outside, inside. It don't matter because it's the countryside, right? So, and it's the springtime, and I might be just doing that. You never know. It is a VW bus. It is my home, right? Home is where you park it. Home is where your bus is. Oh, I know. Eagle Eye. My parents, when they first moved to Oklahoma when I was 16, they moved to the country. They got like 10 acres out there. But me coming from Southern California and where I lived to Oklahoma was the most biggest culture shock in the whole wide world. So being out in the country is pretty swell, well, and groovy. I'm pretty much accustomed to it. Um, yeah, like I could probably, if I had to, I could live in my VW bus way out in the woods and live off the land, and I could probably pretty be kosher about that, because I got that type of knowledge, man. Like I can hunt, I can fish, but at the same time, I can be very, very, uh, urban-fied or whatever it's called, man. Living in a big city, it's no big wolf to me, but if I had to, if it ever came down to it, I could live in the woods, hunting fish. That not be said. That's living out in the country and it has nothing to do with that. Just my family has always been that type of folk. So springtime is upon us here in my neck of the woods. I don't know what it's like in your neck of the woods, but springtime is definitely upon us. Weather is changing. I can sleep now in the VW bus without having my heater running through the night. I turned my heater off because I like to be like that cold and snugged up in my little comforter. I like sleeping like that. So it's that type of weather. People's got their V dubs out doing their thing. So winter number 3 in the VW bus under the belt. Because I officially, my first winter in the VW bus was January of 2016. So I am so grateful for you guys hanging out, as always, in the old VW bus. It's been it's been a groovy weekend. It's been a groovy Monday, super busy Monday. I always stay busy. Nez is here. Well, I'm glad you're still here, Nez. I'm glad you didn't like drift off to the music, because the music can take you away. Well, that's all right. That's what hanging out at VW is all about too. Just drifting away to the music or the conversation or just the atmosphere. Because my bus definitely has an atmosphere. Pinky, our good friend Pinky that comes and hang out, she can testify to that the VW bus does have an atmosphere. Oh, Eagle Eye, I'm so grateful that you're hanging out. Been hanging out a while in the old V-Dub bus. It's usually for coffee. But I cut back on my coffee consumption. I did cut back on my coffee consumption because caffeine, like nicotine and other things like that, that does kind of, do some havoc on your internal system a little bit. And nicotine's even worse. I'm so glad that I quit smoking cigarettes when I turned 30, and I'm so glad that they did not have vaping pens or nothing like that when I quit smoking cigarettes. Because I quit cold turkey. No gum, no patch, no scratch, no hatch, no stuff like that. Nothing, man. Nothing. Just straight up, I just quit. And for a couple years after I quit, I gained a little weight because I like to eat. But then the weirdest thing happened to me after I separated from my ex-wife. I started losing weight. Weird stuff. And now, I work pretty darn hard, so my metabolism burns a lot of stuff off. I should cut back on a lot of the quick food I grab, but food's food, man. We live once, right? So indulge in the food. Enjoy the food. I guess just don't go to gluttony. But food is good. I love food. That was the unique thing about the traveling I've done through the years is it seems like each big city has its own unique food. Of course, Chicago and whatnot, Kansas City and St. Louis. Then you go to California, Los Angeles has an abundance of burgers everywhere. It's like burger capital, might as well be. And you go up to San Francisco and they just everything you could ever imagine, from Italian to Asian. I mean, San Francisco is a cool place to live. So I was blessed to live in those places for a while. Now I lived in Vegas a little bit off and on. Vegas was no fun. I didn't dig Vegas. I went down to the Strip a couple times, but I stayed away from that place because that place is weird. I've seen cabbies. I had some cabbies, taxi cab drivers get in a full-blown fist fight for my fare. Because one thought they took his other fare, and I was like, all right, I'm out of here. Sorry, just catching up on some comments. Well, the only reason I got to do Vegas, as they say, is because I was working for a RV rental company, and I lived in Vegas on and off dealing with motorhomes. And it's a weird town. Straight up weird, legit weird town. It's probably one of the weirdest towns I've been around. But I guess that's why they call it Sin City, right? But I guess my all-time favorite, real cool, laid-back city would be San Antonio. It's a chill vibe. Oh yeah, it's a strange town. But the big hotels I stayed at on the Strip was Treasure Island. That's where I stayed when I got married. Was Treasure Island, and then we stayed at the Stratosphere for an anniversary dealio. That was kind of weird experience. So, yeah, Vegas, I highly don't recommend it. Stay away from Vegas if you haven't been to Vegas. There's a reason they call it Sin City. Well, we have a Monday on its way to the end of the day. Under the belt for today, right? For Monday. At least we finish it off as a mellow Monday. Just a little mellow Monday evening with some jazz in the old VW bus. That's really groovy, Nez. I'm ready to do some bowling in the old V-dub bus. It's definitely a night for some bowling. So like I said, I'll be here hanging out in the VW bus every night. Forever and ever, probably. Who knows? I don't know. You don't know. Because like I said, a lot of folks who I'm sure they're digital nomads or whatever type of nomad living in a van or a VW bus, it occurs to them, how long will this last? You know, a lot of them, it's because they have to. A lot of them, like me, it's because we want to. And I don't know how long I want to, you know? To tell you the truth, I can't think of any simpler life than living in a van. Down by the river, man. Living in a van. Down by the river. Yes, yes. But it's simple, and I like it. I'm very grateful for you guys hanging out. I really, really am. Oh, it's nice. And let me tell you, it took me a little bit to get used to not getting ready that early and having coffee, because I always talk to my mom at 5:30 in the morning. She waits for my phone call because she's up and at 'em at 5:30, just like me. But since I've started cutting back on coffee, I gave her a call and then I go back to sleep until about 6:30. So basically, I go sleep for another hour. And it's amazing what your body does when you sleep. The energy that heals, that transpires through your whole, I don't know, man. Like I said, I just tell you guys how I experience life. But sleep is so wonderful. I'm definitely going to have to start thinking about getting these cushions in the old VW bus restuffed and all that jazz. Like, probably within the next 6 months to a year. That's how quick. Or Tony Bacon. Yes, yes. So, like I said, every day I take it as it comes. Sorry we didn't hang out on St. Patrick's Day. Once I got back to the VW bus, I took a nap, got up, did some lawn mowing, had a most groovy dinner. My friend Kevin and his family barbecued, cooked out last night, first cookout of the season, and they invited me over. So after a most spectacular cookout, I was tired. Ate me a cherry pie, went to sleep. Yes, yes. It's summertime almost, or springtime, or the seasons are changing to warmer weather when cherry pies are coming. Apple pies, most like cherry pies. I don't know. Weird. I'm a weird one. To me, like cherry pies are like springtime, summertime stuff. Yeah, like I had it. Yeah, like I drink some coffee every once in a while. But I haven't had any coffee since Saturday. Like it was like I didn't. Caffeine, like I said, I don't know if it's because I'm getting older and my internal system is changing inside my body. I don't know, but it seems like caffeine, too much of it, or if I drink it in a daily basis now, I react funny to it. Either by a weird crash or just jittery. Because if you check it out, in caffeine, in high doses of caffeine, it's a hallucinogenic. It literally is. Ecstasy is actually a very close chemical of pure caffeine. So feel free to Google it, check it out. Caffeine in high doses is definitely a hallucinogenic. But we'll do coffee. We'll do coffee again. I don't know when, but we'll do coffee. And we'll definitely hang out again. But I don't know when. It could be tomorrow night. It could be tomorrow morning. I don't know, man. I don't know. Right now, I don't have a set schedule in the old YouTube community. I did. I had a daily dealio going on, but I had to take a little break, Sometimes we all need a little break of certain things. A little change of pace, because my life changes. I get stuck in the same old rut, in the same old routine too long. I kind of get weird, and I really don't want that to happen to me with this job, and it won't. I'm a roamer. I'm a nomad. I like to roam, and having a job, a good job, I'm gonna have to intermingle roaming, living in a van, and a job all at the same time, Because that is what it is. I do appreciate you guys hanging out this evening in the old VW bus. My little home. And every once in a while, I bring you guys along for the adventure, because that's what it is, living in this bus. It is an adventure. The other day, a friend of mine says, you need to go on a traveling adventure, which I agree. But my life living in this VW bus is the adventure. Who wouldn't agree about that? Thanks, Nez, for hanging out. Eagle Eye, my wonderful friend, and Stoner. Thanks, my friend, for hanging out. It's been groovy. Bowling along, hanging along, singing a song in the old VW bus. As always, be kind to one another. Even if you're pissed off at that person, just be kind and go about it. And love one another. Love your brother, sister, mother, aunt, uncle, cousins, friends, best friends, female friends, whatever the case may be. Just love one another. And be grateful for every single moment of the day because we don't know. Because there's just little snippets. Guaranteed. Right now is guaranteed. As always, peace, love, and Volkswagen. Always a Volkswagen.